Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am a manager and joined here at the Xfinity desk with Dazed. And before we take a look at this next matchup, we wanted to take a moment to thank a sponsor that helps make this season possible. That is SanDisk. Thank you, SanDisk, for your continued support. So now we're going to take a look at we're going to preview this match a little bit. It's going to be Dust2 for the first map, Renegades going up against eUnited. We know who the player to watch is for eUnited. Who's your player to watch on this Renegades roster as we take a look here at their starting five today?
So the interesting storyline to me is that Ricky is now their main opper. And then they also have JKS, who's a really young, talented player. I actually don't even know who's calling strats for this team. Do you know?
I'm not sure. I don't know who their in-game leader is right now.
Yeah, but my experience with Ricky, having played with him in like rank S, he's really, really talented. He's a really good player. I look forward to watching him. But I want to see how they're going to play, what their play style is going to be like. Obviously they're in another transitionary period. Sponge was their in-game leader. And now I want to see if they're going to be a more slowed down team, if they're going to be a fast-paced team, if they're going to opt for double ops on CT side, what their go-to method of strategy is.
That's good. And they actually just played Complexity on the B stream leading up into this. They actually lost 16-10 on Dust2, so a bit of an upset there. If we take a look at the eUnited roster, we know the name at the bottom is really top in our hearts. If you had to pick another player on this team out of TCK, CJ the King, Shinobi, and Vice to be the dedicated A2Z saver, who would you pick?
Well, Trey, TCK, is always for the team. He never lets anybody else carry the bomb. He always knows every flash and every smoke. So I think Trey would be the man for the job. He doesn't care about his stats or anything like that. So I think he could pull it off.
So that's interesting. So he'd be the dedicated saver and the dedicated bomb planner.
Yes.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I know I'm looking forward to watching A2Z play again. It's always good to watch A2Z play.
Highlight Central.
It's the best quality Counter-Strike you could ever hope to watch.
Absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see if eUnited can save their way to a victory behind the charge of A2Z. The players should be getting ready. I know Renegades just finished their match against Complexity, so we're going to throw this one on over to the casters. That is Blue Stash and Da Bears.
I like your stash.
It's not a good stash. Worst part is because Lex cheated and shouted out that tweet on stream.
Why?
I'm probably gonna have this thing during ESL New York.
I think it might be a thing for you. It might actually just make you who you are in the future. That caster, people will know you as the caster with that mustache.
I'm trying to look at it on the preview monitor. It's not looking good right now.
I mean, it has to fill in. It takes time to fill in.
The question is, how long is it gonna take to fill in?
Sometimes it takes months.
Like
sometimes it takes years.
For like
you
2
have
months
to
straight.
keep trying. It's like being a pro CS player. I mean, yeah, you might fail at first. It might not look good, but if you keep practicing, keep trying, you might be
What does looking good have to do with being a pro CS player?
I'm saying your mustache. You got to believe. You got to believe in your mustache growing skills, Blue.
Okay.
How would you know if you never tried, huh?
I have tried.
When?
It always stops like right around here and just never goes any further.
Because you're always like, oh, I can't do this, and then you shave it off. You don't have the confidence to take it months after that. I need to see that.
Because I need to look presentable, because I'm on camera like every other day, basically.
I mean, you can look whoever you want, whatever you want. We'll accept you for who you are, Blue.
If I was allowed to just wear a mask for 2 months straight,
we will accept you, Blue. We will accept you.
Okay.
I will accept you.
Thanks for accepting me.
If they don't, I will, okay? I'm your friend, Blue. I will accept you.
It's good that I have a safe space here at ESL.
You're good. You have a safe space. Open up your bubble to everybody.
All right, guys. We should be starting the match here at any moment. We're just waiting for the players and whatnot to join up, and then we should be able to jump into it and whatnot. Like we said before, though, the Renegades were just finishing another match, so if they need a few minutes there to get adjusted and jump into this new server, then not going to be any fault of theirs, of course. But going into this match, Renegades on their hot streak versus eUnited, who I don't think they've been doing as bad as a lot of people have expected, just judging from their record so far and kind of the matches they've already played. But still, going up against the Renegades, who are actually very likely now going to be in the top 4 at the end of this season. With that being said, I don't really feel like this is a match that eUnited would have a really good chance to upset on.
Well, I think if after you were in a pro league, you'd have more incentive to practice, have more kind of strats and whatnot. And eUnited's not bringing that. They're just still pugging around. And I don't know. I don't know to think what their mindset at the moment is. I would like them to at least throw something out that we could say, oh, that was a pretty good strat. That's good. But I mean, we haven't seen that yet. I don't want to bash them too hard, but it just upsets me. I want people to be better. I want them to be better, Blue. I want them to be better. That's so hard. Please, can you please just play better? Is that hard?
Who do you want to be better?
I just want teams to be beating each other. You know, like I feel kind of bad for them.
Well, one team's going to be another one. That's kind of the way that Counter-Strike games work.
But then you
they don't
see
just go ad
like
infinitum.
I know, but then you see more of like you have more losses for the higher teams. It'd be more evened out. I want it more evened out. You know, not just one team losing all their matches and.
I mean, if everybody just stopped practicing and we just like mix teams up every 2 weeks, then
that's a good idea for.
That's a horrible
that's
idea.
A great idea.
That's a horrible idea. What are you talking about?
Just mix it up and get crazy. You don't know what's going to happen. Everyone expects SK, Cloud9 be top. We mix it up.
That would actually be like
you don't know.
An interesting idea.
Yeah,
if we just
look at that.
Like,
you just came up with a great idea right
if we just,
there.
Among like all the rank S players, we just decided to like mix them up into teams for like a week at a time and just see who ends up with the better pug roster, and they play like 2 matches a week or something.
Yeah,
Give a little prize pool for it.
In theory, by the strats and everything, might not be high quality CS, but definitely.
No, it'll be fun though.
It'd be fun.
And we have to have the comms on in the stream. Like we have to make them use dead talk basically, and then
I like comms.
We just laugh at everything that's said because it's gonna be pure chaos.
I like
half the teams drop out by the second day because they just hate the roster so much.
Maybe, but it'd be interesting. Like you see people like Tark with his old teammates, maybe get a little mixed up in there, a little, CLG Optic mix in right there.
From what I've heard though, that would be really fun to do with like UK CS players because apparently like there's some huge drama that just is always happening in UK CS. Like no one likes anyone in the UK CS scene.
Well, that's kind of like everywhere.
So it's just like that is where the real fun would come in.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to. It's very interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind watching and tuning in.
By the way, that's my idea. If you make that league, I get a piece of the profits. Just want to say that now.
You know, it is your idea, and I respect that.
It's partly your idea too. I'll give you.
No, I didn't do it.
You let us into that idea.
No, well, sometimes you just have to lead you in the right direction, and then you go there.
We'll split the profits 50-50. How's that sound?
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but thank you. Thank you for considering me.
You're welcome.
My friend Blue.
Oh, your friend now?
Of course.
We're just associates.
How long have I known you? For a while now. I'm not going to say exact time. Let's not say exact time.
When we met like last August, I think, when I was here for the first time for our CS event.
That's like a year. Ryu.
No.
Keep it PG-13 over there.
Ryu, we did not meet in a bathroom.
Okay, the cat's out of the bag now. We did not meet in the bathroom. But you know what? Some friendships have been made in the bathroom, Ryu, so I wouldn't knock that too hard, okay? Don't knock it too hard.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Moses introduced us in a hotel room, actually, is how we met. So
hey, you have a little drink at the bar, and, get a little loose, and you just have a good time, That's what friendship's all about. Having
Absolutely.
a good time.
So we're still working on getting ourselves into the actual GoTV as well here, folks. So unfortunately, can't provide a good update.
I think I just got the
as far
the
as for the matches. Let's see. Is it working?
Oh, I'm connecting.
Oh, okay.
I gave you the IP, so if you want to join.
We are going to be starting soon, but before we do that, guys, we are going to go to a short break. So stick around, and we are going to be bringing it back to you as soon as the matches are ready. Stick around right here at the ESL Pro League for more action.
It's a circle. We're going to bring it back.
He's going to get the one kill in that bomb. Coming down to the side. FNX has to stay up. He gets the triple FNX. Oh my god, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still.
I'm back! Now that Kinguin has partnered with ESL Pro League, you have even more of a reason to buy the skins you need. No one has a bigger selection of CSGO products. Buy CSGO cases from your favorite players and events, including the ESL Pro League case. Buy and sell skins on skins.kinguin.net. Check it now!
Get your team apparel now at shop.eslgaming.com.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
And we're back to the ESL Pro League.
We're both back.
We're both back. Back in black.
Back in black. I am wearing black shirt. You're kind of wearing like a
this is
navy
more
blue.
navy than black, but they look black depending on your monitor's color settings. So
The
yeah.
black equalizer.
As
I don't
far
know.
as-
Who knows?
As far as I'm aware, it's black.
It could
Anyway.
They're in the server. We got 10 people in the server.
We're just waiting for them to ready up now at this point. So the game should be getting started in a second. Once again, for anybody that may have just joined us, it is the Renegades taking on the guys from eUnited here, which at the moment is probably going to look like a bit of a one-sided match. But wait and see. We've been surprised a few times before. Renegades, when they first showed up with 16-0 against SK, no one was expecting that. So maybe we'll be surprised again. I doubt it, but hey, just trying to keep things interesting here.
We want to keep things interesting. I want to keep things even more interesting, saying if you retweet Blue to 400 retweets, he's going to keep the mustache to Oakland, all right? 400, he's keeping it to Oakland, all right?
I did not agree to this.
You should agree to it.
No.
I think it's good. Let's see it. Come on, encourage him. Please encourage him to keep the stash. Tell him to be
Doesn't
himself.
look good. I don't
How
know.
do you know?
I feel like you guys are trolling me. Like,
Maybe
oh, it looks great. It looks horrible.
Maybe they think it's good.
I got like 3 tweets saying it looked horrible.
So, I mean, you can't listen to the haters out there. you gotta embrace yourself. Listen to the people
Embrace myself.
Listen
What?
to the people that are your friends that know you.
Myself is telling me to shave it. That's the problem.
I'm telling you to keep it.
Yeah, but that's not listening
my
to
friend.
myself then. You just told me to listen to myself.
You know what? Sometimes you can't listen to yourself, right? In this
You just
instance,
told me.
this instance, you can't listen to yourself. You got to just keep it going, all right? Keep the stash going. Hashtag keep the stash. Blue. Let's go. Let's go.
No. Anyway, it's going to be on Dust2. It's going to be our first map here between these two teams. And again, we're still waiting for the ready up to come in. It's no longer us anymore. It's not the players that we're waiting for. So blame
Please.
them, not me.
Don't blame anyone, okay? I don't want you to blame anyone. But I
Well, we
want
got
to
to blame someone, man.
Yeah, you know, maybe. I don't know. I don't want blame. Let's just focus on.
It's always someone's fault.
We can't be in the blame game, okay? Let's just move on.
The blame
Let's
game's
just move
fun.
on. It is fun?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So someone
I don't
gets a
wanna
bunch of
blame
angry tweets on Twitter.
I'll just take the. I'll take the blame. I'll take it for them.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm an accepting person. I'll accept it. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to move
Suppose
on.
that works.
Move past the blame and let's go. Let's do this. I think one just dropped from the server, so that's unfortunate.
Oh, feels bad, man.
Feels bad. But let's talk about, you know what? Let's talk about a little CS. I want to talk about little eUnited, little Renegades, Azure, or A2Z. They have two
How did you
people.
say it?
They have 2 people in here with an A starting with their name, 3 letters.
That's true.
I mean, that kind of scares me a little bit.
And they both, oh no, well,
They're
don't-
both considered.
They both
really
have
good
Z's in
players.
them as well.
That's true. Oh, that's. I didn't even notice
It's gotten
that.
even worse now.
Oh,
2 out of 3 letters are the same. It's
I don't
maybe
know.
they're twins.
I don't. Maybe they're twins separated at birth.
I mean, I don't know. That's a lot. It's a lot of separation, to be honest with you. One ended up in Australia. How did that
Hey,
happen?
there's been crazier stories out there, Blue.
I'm just saying.
Like you keeping your stash. I think that'd be a crazy story. One for the ages.
And we're back.
And we're back. And I see eUnited just shooting around spawn. I saw a shotgun. Maybe we'll see
Did you?
some shotgun in
They're warming up, man.
It's gonna be hard.
We
I
saw
don't
how
know.
good Zeus was with it in the last
I
match.
don't
so.
think anyone would want to use a shotgun in Dust 2 with all the long range shooting. Maybe if they're close up doors, maybe B tunnels.
You never know.
You just never know, though. I mean,
never
they could
know in
just
CS:GO.
Yeah, you never know in CS:GO. I like that. I like it.
But once again, guys, for anybody that is just joining us or is wondering what the hell the delay is, we're just waiting for like 1 or 2 more players probably to jump into the server and get readied up. And as soon as they're in, maybe there may be like delay issues or something like that with their pings and stuff. So as soon as all that's resolved, we're gonna jump into the match, finally get things started. It's okay. We're a bit ahead of schedule as far as I know.
all right.
Actually, well, scratch that now.
Who do you think's gonna win?
Who do I think's gonna win?
Who do you think's
Well,
gonna
I mean,
win?
this is obvious. It's Renegades.
Oh, that's not obvious, huh? It is Dust 2, though. which
okay.
Renegades is pretty good on. But
Yeah, that doesn't change the point at all.
But eUnited, they're a pug. They play like a pug. And Dust2 seems to favor those people who deathmatch 10 hours a day on Dust2. I'm assuming eUnited is one of those teams. They like the deathmatch.
Yeah, but not against.
I could be wrong.
Not against a team that 16-0s SK. So
This is true.
Still that to consider.
SK wasn't darn fast. Look, the match is about to start. I'm excited.
All right, guys. So it's finally time. Enough of us rambling here. We're going to be able to jump into the match finally. The Renegades will be starting off on the T side, and eUnited will jump onto the CT side. The match has begun, and we'll take a look at how exactly these two teams fare.
It looks like Renegades is sending forward be really fast with the bomb. It's looking to be rush. eUnited, though, has two people inside the site. Going to jump around. He's still shooting, but not hitting a shot. Yam gets the first pick off the bat. eUnited's having trouble in his bomb site, but they have two people flanking really fast. Gee, Renegades, 4-on-1.
JKS, nicely done with a quick shot. He's going to try to jump around the corner with a triple tap. And what is this going on? A2Z is out of ammo. He does get the reload there, finding one more kill against JKS as he got a bit greedy, wanted to go for the knife. And ACS in its entirety there. It starts off the pistol round, but Renegades ultimately will take it for Australia.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that eUnited still had two people by the, in the B bomb site, and they weren't able to pick off any initial kills, and that just hurts you, especially when you're facing a corridor like that with USPs and clock. You have to get a couple kills.
And so, Ricky here trying to take some pot shots through the mid doors here. Not finding anything just as of yet, but Yam also finding time for him to just jump right into the bomb site, wrapping around the corner. Two quick kills from Estilo and JKS. He moves in for a third and a fourth against CJ. Vice the only one that trades anything out in the midst of this, so it's just going to be left to A2Z. And again, he's saved. He only has a USP in his hands at this point, so more than likely a quick cleanup against him, and the Renegades will find a second round.
Fast-paced, fast play. I like it a little bit. Even though eUnited did have three people stacked in the bomb site, they just got utterly destroyed by Renegades. Nice teamwork, nice coordination. They were able just to run in and check each other's spots where they didn't look.
And so now this goes into the full save round for eUnited as well. I'm not going to be seeing anything bought up here, more than likely maybe a random P250 or some nades. As we can see, one nade specifically on Shinobi, but that's going to be it. And actually, 4 players are going to stack over towards long from eUnited this time, taking a bit of a risk. And of course, Ricky, we've seen it before. He's been the master so far this season of those shots through mid doors, and he finds another great one to start us up with the scout as well, even doing even more damage here, just slowly picking him off, lighting him up for his teammate. So Azur can just run back in here, shut them down. A2Z and Shinobi, the last two alive. They're trying to hold them back with that one nade they bought, but it's not doing the job very well. They're just going to counteract with one of their own here, and Ricky even sees them falling back. They've got them boxed in. Nowhere for these guys to run. It's another quick round for the Renegades as they go up 3-0.
The Renegades had a setup that they were hit B no matter what, but if you don't smoke or nade the middle door, especially if you have a scout watching that spot, he spots 0 people crossing that door, and they're just going to rush B no matter what. So I may prefer to nade or a smoke or something, just to keep Renegades on their toes at least.
Keep the mystery alive.
Keep the mystery alive. Look at, they're sending 4 people again towards this B tunnels.
3 this time, working their way over towards long from the CT side, but also a very fast push. They get tagged because of the HG grenade, but they're going right out. There's Ustila, still armed with a MAC-10, and we still have a P90 on Azur too, but they don't even need anything beyond that MAC-10 as he still just wrecks both of them in the bomb site. Ricky, look, he's even posted up to watch for flanks from long, so he's going to shut down CJ, and A2Z and Shinobi more than likely just going to be calling a save now.
I don't know how a MAC-10 can take on 2 rifles long-ranged. That just blows my mind, actually. Like, at least get 1 kill, eUnited, please. That's just, it's amazing that that's even possible.
You need to let him know, man.
I gotta
Call
let him know. I gotta,
get on the radio.
You know, sometimes you gotta kind of push him a little bit, you know? Push him. Push him. Please don't get killed.
Some negative reinforcement. Always,
this is true.
Always helpful.
I gotta be a little more positive. I'm sorry, guys.
We can see A2Z too, just hiding out behind the dumpster. Grabs 1 kill against Azur, but again, ultimately traded out. And it is your daily reminder, once again, that we're going to call it Azur.
Azur. AZR. Whatever. 4 rounds in a row, Renegades has rushed B. Can they do it 5 in a row? I don't know. I don't think they're that confident. They're probably going to mix it up here and maybe do a little more middle catwalk hold. And it looks like they are. Oh, they're sending 3 people, though. And Ricky just picking people, even through the smoke. Ouch.
We also just need to keep a counter on how many times Ricky picks people through mid doors throughout this season. That's the second in this match specifically, and only 5 rounds being played.
And they're rushing B. Why not? 5 rounds in a row. Let's just rush B, guys.
It's working.
It's working. I mean, it shouldn't work, but it is. JKS is holding this middle. eUnited, maybe they're just a little confused what's going on. These guys are just running around, out-aiming him. Hardcore.
Don't fix what ain't broken.
This is true. That's a wise saying, Blue.
As Ricky again is also going to be trying to take a duel with some of these guys. They're switching over to the pistol. Look at it. It's like he's smurfing at this point.
It's like not even trying.
Bit harsh.
I mean, it looks like he's not trying because their shots are so easy. Like it's just hitting headshot, headshot, headshot. It makes it seem so easy.
As I talk about my headshots.
Headshots.
Nicely done indeed from Ricky here too. Clipping off that headshot there, and well, the last one's not a headshot, but still gonna look like one. And we can see Ricky again. He's gonna be hunting for another frag through the mid doors, and also still fast pressure. Finally away from the B rush at least. It's gonna be towards long this time.
It's still fast paced though.
Molly does split them up a little bit, but ultimately they're still prepped to roll right out here. You've got CJ along with A2Z trying to hold their way out, and we can see CJ taking the duel, grabs one kill, a quick trade from JKS, but A2Z suddenly peeks back out. Another 1-for-1 ultimately though, and if they can grab this kill on a Shinobi back by long, that's going to give them the advantage. Shinobi with a leg frag doesn't actually get it and can't recover in time to be able to take that next shot onto the bomb carrier. Yam will find the kill, and now they gain the advantage. 3 versus 2 here. But with all the damage that's been done onto Ricky, they're a little bit more hesitant to push up towards long, and they instead fall back to mid. Play around with them a little bit here.
I like what Ricky is doing. He's holding it off long to cut off any people that are trying to repeat, get for information. He still gets a pick off in the middle. I believe he spots him or hears him. He's spamming the door, and he's still taking out Vice. But it was pretty good by Renegades. They got the kills. They kept the off long. So if anyone's trying to peek long for information, he's going to have the aim, the angle advantage on them.
And again here, Shinobi, very unfortunate, not able to grab that kill onto Yam. Also only legging Ricky, so not a whole lot of damage that they'd look to do. And I mean, just look at the money. 6 rounds in at this point. You still owe at max bonus. Yam pretty much approaching it. Again, we can see Ricky hunting down those frags through mid doors. Won't find any, and it's actually 3 players from eUnited that go for the cross. They're cautious of that aggressive B play. I think finally the Renegades, they've actually had quite a varied pace to this one. So again, they're going to take it slowly. Yam, though, not checking his back, but CJ not peeking. It's going to be him that finds the kill eventually, but as they're moving out there, catches the trade. He gets stinked as well, so good damage being done with these pistols, but Renegade's still in control for now. As they're outside here, finds another pickup. There's a Molotov in his way. Won't even get to it, though. A2Z, the second player over on Cat, does eventually trade him back down. Goes into a 3-on-2. Renegades will get control over the B-bomb site, but the United players are moving in very quickly, and there's A2Z once again picking up an additional frag against JKS. Will now get smoked back off, so it holds him away, but they're also pushing back in very quickly. Yustillo managing that. That's TCK down on the ground. And suddenly, it's just A2Z, alone in a 1v2. No utility to his name, however, as we do see, the Renegades are definitely not being shy about this one at all. They're willing to play this more aggressively. And A2Z may just be able to capitalize on that to end it. As I say that, peeks right out into Ricky with the op, and that is going to be his doom.
Renegades, just no cares in the world, just running around, kind of mixed up a little bit. They still hit B, but they kind of changed the pace a little bit, and just Dust2 kind of reminds me of Source Dust2, where people just alt middle and rush B every other round. And so it's bringing back some bad memories for me.
Renegades with the CIF strats, nicely done, nicely done, well memed. You will see the Renegades now still just stacking up across the map, playing to a default this time around, whereas eUnited hunts for those early frags. It's going to be Vice that catches Yustillo, peeking a little bit too aggressively out there on the edge of the B tunnel push.
Looks like Renegades are working towards that Cat area. JKS is going to lurk out long. He's probably going to late flank long once they take over this A bomb site. Trying to do a little pinch. So far, they're up by the Cat stairs, and Shinobi's rotating through CT spawns, so A2Z might get caught out of position if Shinobi does not fall back. And look at that, he's just sneaking right up. Oh my goodness, know your angles, A2Z. Ouch, he's just sitting there, not even doing anything. And now Renegades just has this bomb site.
And JKS too, just sitting at the edge. He hasn't, I don't believe at least he spotted CJ. We haven't seen it from our perspective anyway, to be able to catch him on the outside, but he's waiting for players to push anyway. Perfectly aligned, he does get dinked, but nonetheless grabs the kill, and that's really all he had to worry about from this angle. Ricky finding another one, catches the push from CT. Flashbang rings out and connects, but there's no follow-up from Shinobi at all. They're just going to smoke it, and since they have gunpowder, they're going to try to save, but that smoke is imperfect. It's left a hole in it, and now Shinobi's just stuck here in CT. In a 1v3, manages to at the very least shut down Yam, and now at least he's just going to try to push out to find at least one more kill here, but that's not going to go very well. Azar shuts it down. The Renegades continue to push forward now, 8-0 against eUnited.
It was a good good thing to put Riccio on that off. He's just annihilating them. He's not missing a shot. He's peeking at the right times, the right angles, and it's working flawlessly for Team Renegades. And now eUnited's in a little pickle here, where they do it by man. He's just gonna keep shooting through the wall and killing people. Why not? He's amazing.
That's the third one.
Oh my goodness, the guy's nuts. And you still just rushing up Cat. And okay, just shooting people through smoke, spotting heads. It literally look like they're playing bots. Like literally looking playing bots, just jumping around and headshotting. I don't know what's going on.
I mean, it's an eco, granted, so we still expect it to be this, but you still just like jumping around the whole map, just like, oh, here's a frag, here's a second frag, and let me just dive into CT to get a third one as well.
Like, how do you be in a pro league and
it's like it's not even being communicated. Like this third kill, look, no one's even looking at him.
He didn't even have a shot on him. He lost health from dropping down. It's not even like they even are shooting back at this guy. It's crazy. It's just, these guys are on a roll right now. And Riccio, thankfully, does not get a shot through the wall. But Renegades are playing a little more puggy. They have Ustillo is just probably going to walk out middle because the confidence is all-time high right now. Looks like it's going to be a B split.
They're going to move it, but they don't smoke the cross. And finally, there's good positioning for eUnited to try and counter this out. Thought they could dry peek it, but unfortunately, it won't work out so well. They'll lose Ustillo along the way. Covering it now, of course, but ultimately, the strat's actually going to be changing up. You can see the bomb falling way back, trying to watch out for the CTs. And I believe this is actually going to change itself into an A hit instead, really just trying to throw them for a run with this cross smoke.
It looks like Renegades are going to fall back to this long area. CJ Keen's is kind of pushed up, holding that long doors. Let's see if Renegades has anything to clear this out. They do have the man advantage in terms of taking long, but two people are in the A bomb site for eUnited.
CJ going to be tested first here as they push back out, and, well, he's going to fail the test. Gam gets a nice frag onto him, and Shinobi also pushing up here towards long as well. A2Z watching from the car position. It's a long-range battle. Still manages to grab the kill, and Shinobi, too. They jump onto him. I don't believe they actually saw him at first, so he's going to be free to push inside. Ricky finishing off Shinobi here, but A2Z moving in for the cleanup. Can't happen just yet. Ricky finding one more kill. He's isolated this down into a 1v2 itself now, but going for the cross is where TCK is going to find the angle advantage and close out, finally putting the eUnited roster on the board.
Welcome to the game, eUnited. Glad you could join us. Nice round. There's actually nice move by Shinobi to kind of help out in that area. Nice exchanges. I like it. They have to do something little unorthodox in order to win, because whatever they're doing is not working. Ricky, I held my breath there for a second. Came close, but not quite.
It's on the next round where, statistically speaking, he would get the next one.
Yes. Looks like RNG. Renegades are just sitting back. They have two people outside long. They have Azur just pushed out middle, like not even contested at all. He's just walking out, and pretty good angle. Falls back though.
TCK trying to get the spray out there too, but unfortunately for him, the members of the Renegades do fall back beyond the mid doors and beyond his reach for the time being. However, A2Z on the push back in, finding another kill for himself there. Punishes Azur, takes him down, and he's going to probably fall back to the site.
eUnited with the man advantage. Yam, though, is going to re-peek out middle. He spotted that they fell back. A2Z is by the elevator area, just kind of watching for that cat. And TCK, they can have a little sick crossfire going on if A2Z peeks it right now. But Riccio is going to sneak out with his ult. Very quiet. They're about to take this middle. TCK with 2 kills. They lined up, and now they have the bomb right outside middle. This should be round for eUnited. JKS, though, picks off TCK.
I see Vice, yeah, shutting down Ustillo there. It's all in JKS's hands. He tries to fall back through mid once more, but finally, CJ just push out from long to line up the flank against him there. A second round for eUnited. It's not going to break the guys on Renegades yet, though. They were pretty much fully invested. Well, they pretty much had full cash, I think, on most of their players by the time they actually started losing rounds. So we're still going to see another big op buy up. And we'll see again if the 1 out of every 3 rounds thing continues here. Ricky, will they get the kill this time? He gets a tag.
He walls him.
Do we count those, though, is the question.
I would count them. That's nice. And JKS just rushes out long. He rushes through the blue bin. And Yam is going to just push in the smoke. Push right through the smoke. Nice flashes.
And look, nobody's communicated this at this point. He gets the second kill out of the player in pit, and Azur finds another one on the A2Z sitting up on top of the sidewalk there. Renegades, they've had enough of losing. They decided to go balls to the walls on this round. TCK even tries to push through the mid doors. Ustillo is going to stop that, and there we go. Renegades right back in full control. It's up to Vice, but he's not going to find anything either. Yam grabs another kill, and Renegades right back onto their winning streak.
that was a nice chain flashing by Team Renegades. Like, I'm impressed that he's able to rush all the way out there while the CTs were still blind. They did not expect that at all, and that's great that's great teamwork by Team Renegades for that to work. You know, it takes practice, some dry running. You know what I'm talking about?
And another tag. Actually gets peeked from CJ though. That's, well, I certainly would have called that in the future, unfortunately. So CJ actually does finally take down Ricky, but at the same time they tagged Vice and he just got finished off. CJ though, moving back in there, finds another kill against Yam. And he's going to try to go for another one here, too. He sees the player on the cross, but Still beats him to it, wraps up, gets the running shot, and this goes down to a 3-on-3. But the bomb is stuck at the moment outside of the site, and JKS doesn't want to push inside, as they do have that pressure from Shinobi sitting at over here at the top tunnels.
JKS playing smart by sitting back, waiting for his teammate, and Azur helps him out by peeking. But eUnited does have both people outside that B-bomb site. So what they got to do right now is they have to make a move while the bomb's planning. They cannot just sit back, and now it's back to a 3-on-3, but A2Z gets a pick off in JKS. It's now a 2-on-2.
These are both ops, though, so it's going to make it even harder, really, to find this impact as they go for the push back into the site. A2Z trying to line up a nice flashbang there, bouncing off the pole. Azur, though, sees it coming from a mile away. It's very obvious, and he looks away, but that doesn't mean he's going to get any kills. TCK and Ustillo trade blows, and it goes down to a 1v1, but Ustillo takes it down. He's going to grab the 4K here. And Renegades rocket up another one. 11-2 now, and it'll break eUnited.
Renegades, they can pretty much do anything, and it seems to be working. They're just it's very clear that they're just out-aiming, out-positioning eUnited. The skill difference is just really far. Rikio's taking a shot. He almost lines it up, and eUnited's going to stack 4 people towards B. Unfortunately for Team Renegades, they're already out long, and JKS is already peeking towards down low right now.
Again, they took the risk on eUnited this time, and, well, Renegades is the full read on it. So look at this, nobody watching for long at all. JK just walks right up. Hello, A2Z, and a goodbye as well. And now we have Still in position, although he's going to miss that shot. The unfortunate fact for eUnited is they cannot really punish these misses since, well, there we go. They just completely outmass their gun power here. It's just default pistols and some random P250s on eUnited, so they are getting crushed. Shinobi's now the last one alive, and he's stuck in the B-bomb site. He peeks back out here, find himself in a battle really quickly, but there we go. Swipes Azur from the sky. At least one pickup this round. In the grand scheme of things, that is going to mean very little, as Renegades still have a crapload of cash.
They have a lot of money, and I think eUnited needs to, they're playing pretty far apart. They're not helping each other. I think you have to put fear in the other team, because right now, Team Renegades does not have any fear at all. They're just running pretty much anywhere by themselves, maybe with a teammate, and just like, oh, you're there? I'm just going to headshot you. Maybe play a little more condensed, you know? Maybe play a retake or something. Like, just make it harder for them to get... Oh,
and another one.
Rikio,
so
just all day he's here.
The 4th kill and the 6th tag that he's had so far through the mid doors in this half.
And he practiced that shot for a couple hours probably. I don't know, he's just pushed. And CJ Kane, all right, you pushed out long, you got the bomb now. eUnited, it is a 3-on-3, but they do have the bomb in T-spawn. And CJ Kane's getting swarmed right now by Team Renegade.
Vice as well is looking for a path through the mid doorways, but he's got to be careful of JKS. CJ finding another one, shuts down Ustillo. Trying to hunt here still as he's waiting for the shot, but he gets crossed out, tries to adjust, but the panel's in the way. Can't really find where Azur's playing from. We're going to take it down there. We're even again into a 2-on-2, but here comes Shinobi from the tunnels, and he misses up the spray. Good correction, though. Still finds it under JKS. Azur, the last man standing now. No trade, unfortunately, onto his opponent as Shinobi falls right back towards the upper tons. So it's all up to him. He's retrieved the bomb at least, and he spots that cross, but that just gave away his position here. Vice, along with Shinobi, should be able to set up a cross spray, and they're actually going to go right for it, out in the open. Shinobi grabs the final kill. One more for eUnited at the very least to close out the half, but still, 12-3 does not leave them a lot of mistakes to make in that second half. It'll be coming up here, guys, in just a few rounds for more action at the ESL Pro League.
He's going to get the 1 kill in that bomb. Coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. Oh, he gets the triple FNX. Oh my God, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this overstill. Oh, look at that!
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen. We take you back, of course, once again to the Renegades versus eUnited. And what so far has been a very fast game, 12-3 after the first half for the Renegades. And, well, unfortunately for eUnited, they found some strides there towards the very end of the half, but it's a lot to make up now as they switch halves and go over towards their T side.
They have a lot to make up. They have a lot to do. And first, they just got to strike some fear into Team Renegades.
How are they going to do that?
Just play together. Do something. Like just
the power of teamwork.
Rush one way. Let's get crazy, okay? Let's get crazy.
Well, we're going to get crazy in a moment here as the pistol round is getting started. We'll see if eUnited shares our same sentiments as they are going to be jumping onto that T side now. And it looks like you may be right about this initially. That or they could be playing a mid default, and we'll be completely wrong.
Oh, please go 5 long A. Yes!
They are going to rush out towards it here. At least 2 of them initially. Azure stops it. They're not together is the problem. They're split up in like 2 little mini groups, and they're just getting ripped to shreds. Shinobi's the last one. He's stuck at the dumpster. That's actually a good flash, and look at that. Finding at least 1 more to go, but Yam does stop it from going any further. Renegades win the pistol, and their lead will continue to climb even further.
I was happy that they're actually going to send 5 people, and then I got really sad after a second when they didn't hit any shot and just got instantly killed. You just gotta
nice.
Headshot them, man. Headshot them,
Big
please.
Fail.
Big fail.
And look at the tag from, I believe that's Ricky, right? Yeah, that's Ricky. Tagged again through the mid doors against Shinobi.
So they're gonna buy up, obviously, 13-3. They need a lot of rounds. CJ Kane's gonna rush out, but Gaza picks him off. Vice, though, gets a kill on Ustillo, but it's still a 4-4. So eUnited is pretty low, though, on HP. They have 2 people under 50 HP. It looks like they're just gonna sit around. They have 3 people towards the long. TCK is in lower tunnels. And Renegades is gonna play 2 long 2B in the setup.
And we can see through from eUnited, they are getting prepped to push their way out towards A long once more. At least in Vice's case, he isn't really just watching for that aggression, but there's Shinobi actually outclassing Ricky in his own arena, taking him down from that respect, and this is going to send eUnited hurling into the tunnels. They're going to try to go for a B push, but JKS is going to be waiting over here on top mid, but he too goes down to TCK. Good damage being done. And we can see too, TCK, A2Z, Vice, and Shinobi, all of them pretty heavily lit, but now they've got to try to wrap over towards this B site and pull off the 2-on-4, and if they aren't really like aware of the fact that this damage has already been done, they may not even go for the retake, to be honest. They may just try to fall back and save the guns, but we'll wait and see on that one as they do rep out towards mid, as they're finding one of them, dispatches of that player, and now they've actually got to get into the site.
It looks like they're going to try to win this round. It is a 2-on-3, but it's very winnable. They do have a kit. TCK is right on the left of the doors. Renegades is about to execute and take over this retake. Shinobi scoped in that window. He spots him, but he does not hit him. Takes another shot, misses. TCK does spot the guy doors. And he easily takes him out. And TCK, nice peeking, nice shots. Maybe this is the round that they needed to have their little comeback.
We'll see, of course, as the Renegades are not going to let them have that eco round that they so desperately would want in this case. Renegades with a massive lead. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't want to do this, as they can easily afford to wait that extra round or 2 to save up. And if they upset here, they go on that, the NA special, as I like to call it, where they just cycle rounds back and forth and back again.
So we're having this again, huh? Buy every round? Why does it have to be eUnited in this again?
It's not crazy yet.
It's not crazy
yet. It hasn't gone for like
exactly.
6 rounds yet. It is eUnited, another Australian team, though, which is ironic in itself.
They love it.
We'll see.
Love it.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
gets headshotted, though.
Nice nade response, but it's a little off the mark. Let's go HE grenades. Always great.
You gotta love it.
Gam is going to be actually, he'll basically give a full side control. He's just going to try to see if he can grab anyone on cross, and well, that's unfortunate for A2Z. Ustillo just wrecks him on the peak.
Renegades knows that they're all taking A right now. They pushed up behind, and now they just have to get the bomb down. TCK is watching that long push, so hopefully he turns at the right time, not get lucky.
He's waiting for that exact timing on it, just trying to tap away into the headshot, but not going to find it. And there's 2 players from Renegades waiting to just burst out. over here from the cat position to get up on site. But TCK, again, shutting down Ricky. It's not looking great from the Renegades into a 3-on-4, and they still really don't have a great idea as far as where these guys are up on the site. So I believe the call's going to be made now to fall back and save, considering they still scavenge an AK. Azur's still got a scout, well, not anymore. And JKS2 with armor may allow them to carry over something at the very least into the next round.
Yeah, they're going to save, try to use their armor for next round. And every time I see Azur, I think it's Sponge going, Azur, Azur, Azur. Forever.
Sound like way too formal.
Azur, Azur, Azur. Just over and over in my head. I can't even focus anymore because also I hear Azur.
I don't even think it's not like Azza.
Azur.
I don't know.
Azur.
I just say Azur. See, that's what you're saying it too, so we're not even, apparently that's not the right way.
You know what? It's okay, Blue. It's okay.
Me and Lex have had this conversation many times.
Shinobi.
Dude,
getting revenge on Rikio right
apparently
there.
It's not Ricky anymore, it's just T-side.
Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Beautiful.
Jumping shot. What a great game. Jumping headshot with scope. Why not? Let's just play some CSGO here. Yam does spot people crossing long, so they do know what's in the long bomb site, and they're planning the bomb for long right now.
Sounds so tilted about that jumping kill.
Please fix this, Valve. Please fix this.
We're going to see the Renegades push their way back in on towards Cat. Quite varied, too, as we're also going to have JKS move in. I believe for a second there that Azur was going to work his way out towards long, but not the case, just grouping up with the Cat push. They've got 2 scouts for this retake, which is, of course, is going to be interesting in itself, but as they start to move back into the site, they're being held very far back. First player on Goose goes down. A2Z did catch a trade, but then JKS just dominates the wrap out towards long. Going to be a bit close in this defuse, but I'm pretty sure they had enough time for this one, and it should be a 14th pickup for, actually, no, maybe not.
Teammates didn't believe in it.
Oh, I think they just got it, so the Renegades do find it.
His life flashed right before his eyes right there, you know what I'm talking about? Defusing the bomb, it's like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Woo! gotta enjoy the finer things in life, Blue. Like your mustache.
God damn it. Well, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Renegades are going to go up 14-5 here now, and this is really going to ruin eUnited, obviously, as their losing bonus will get reset here. They had enough cash to scrap together this last buy, but I mean, we can look at it. There's an op on Shinobi, but no utility really for most of these guys, and Yam, nicely done with the scout shot, just destroys A2Z's entire existence. CJ tries to move up there along with his teammate to look for this trade, but he's long gone, sitting on ramp behind those boxes, so unless he peeks out again, they're not going to find any attempt to find a trade here anytime soon.
The eUnited does have 2 people up in catwalk, and the bomb though is at the end of long A. So I'm curious on how they're going to get this bomb to the bomb site. So they might just swing back to B. Maybe just looking for a pick or something, then fall back into a little mid split. CJ the King is trying to lurk up on the catwalk. He's just hopping around that smoke, and Shinobi and TCK. Yam though with a nice shot right there on the catwalk. He just spotted him. Now it looks like eUnited's going to go work towards that middle.
And Ricky's waiting right for them, too. Has actually a really nice position to catch people that are hugging that right corner. He's going to fall back to window. Grabs his second kill. Finally does end up getting eliminated by Vice, but now Vice is surrounded in a 1v4, although Renegades aren't necessarily taking this duel as a team right now. They're giving him all these 1v1s. Finally, one of them will be taken by the Renegades, though, as Azur closes things out. 15-5 now. We'll go into the force from eUnited, but it's going to be even worse the last round.
Yam just keeping a scout. Has no respect for these guys. Why not? Gonna keep scouting fools. Nope, he drops a Colt. He has a little respect. Right? He has a little respect. Just a little. Now it looks like Azur is pushing through the B tunnels. The bomb is going towards B tunnels, so it looks like he's gonna get a nice pinch right here. He does get the bomb. They spot it. His teammates doesn't even need his teammates because he gets 2 headshots right off the bat. 3 headshots. Why not? Just pure skill right there and teamwork from Renegades. And A2Z though, he's in the B bomb site, so maybe he's able to catch someone off guard here.
Got A2Z with a monstrous task ahead of him here to clutch 1v5. And unfortunately, he's going to be slowly surrounded here. The bomb being held pretty nicely by Azur, but Azur very low. I mean, yeah, A2Z's going to walk right in there. He gets it back. The plan isn't really going to matter, though, so if they want to just play this back, they can. And Justillo had a perfect chance to finish off A2Z, but he doesn't do it. Buys time for his teammates to move into the site, though, and JKS is going to finish the job for him. So the Renegades close out this first map here in the set. A very swift one indeed, but they will take it convincingly, continuing their climb forward. This will once again tie them with their current record versus Optic Gaming in 4th place for the league right now. And if they win this next one, they will actually take their position and now be in the top 4 on their way to the LAN finals.
LAN finals.
In Brazil.
Ooh, it's all about the LAN. I love LANs. I love it.
LANs are fun.
It's been a while since I played one, but I miss it.
When was your last LAN?
ETS, I believe, in 2012.
Oh,
I think so. I don't remember. What LAN? Was that 2013, Ryu? Okay, Ryu LAN 2013, apparently. I don't even remember it, but
okay.
Ryu does.
So, guys, of course, with that match closing out, we are going to send things back over to our analyst to talk a little bit more about that Dazed. And Ryu, feel free to take us away.
So disappointed in you, Eric. We just talked about it. It was 2013. I don't really know what to say. It was kind of a beating. It was pretty one-sided from the start. A2Z decided to use the controller again today, and it doesn't seem like TCK was willing to do the saver role. Do you think that's
wasn't
what
willing
cost
to do
them?
the dirty work?
You think that's what cost them that first half?
I don't, because if you watched, Renegades was terrified of long. The one round they came, tried that A split. A2Z was car, got that 4K, almost aced. So they made most of their strategy towards B because they knew.
I mean, it's a good technique, right? If you know one of the greatest players in the history of life is one area of the map, you literally go to the polar opposite area.
Yeah, but I mean, in all seriousness, that match was like, that was just kind of like a stat pad match. You know, those players on Renegades, they had zero thought in their mind that they were going to lose that match. Like, I've been in their scenario before quite a few times back in my day, and they knew they weren't going to lose. And as soon as they won that T-pistol, they were just like, okay, we don't really have to play, you know, very serious necessarily. Like, we don't have to show any bag of tricks. In fact, the easiest way for us to probably win this match is to do what we just did and just run them over. And, you know, get that DAR up.
We saw the double entry Mac 10 on the first counter round. We laughed pretty hard at that.
Yeah.
As we were watching.
The thing about that is he got the double Mac 10 entry, but I'm almost positive they saved second and third, so they could have had head armor. And then, you know, Mac 10's like impossible to kill when they have head armor and you're across the map, but they didn't. So
we do have some replays to show you guys. Kind of all around a good individual performance from Renegades. Like you mentioned, it's kind of a stat pad to buff the plus, the minus, the ADR. To see Yam, this is kind of a really common strat where you have teammates that flash you through the corner so you can get up close and personal on those players that you just saw there.
And that's on the third A player to stop. If you're the Opera like Shinobi is, generally speaking, you want to flash for your teammates, get them towards pit, and then you actually dodge flashes at car, have your teammate at middle spot for the fast cat, and you're dodging flashes at car, and you punish that. And when you do that, it is a free kill every single time. They run through the smoke, you peek from car, you get the kill. Both your teammates are crossing a pit. It's actually, when you play for it, it's something you want the other team to do. Shocks from Very Games. Very Games is actually the one that made that very famous. He would run through that smoke. He would punish people for it all the time. And then people, you know, got aware of how to stop it, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of teams, they're trying to molly the door. But if you don't have the spawn, the molly comes late, players get out, and they still get up in your face.
That's another thing that the Opera could do, though. He could molly from car, molly the door, double flash, dodge flash, kill the people pushing the corner. And then that way you really do set your riflers up for success if they run towards the pit.
Yep. And then we saw in the second half, that second pistol round, DeBear said, I would like to instill fear in Renegades, so I would put 5 of my players and just all go together. And apparently eUnited was listening, but maybe Renegades was listening too.
I guess the 5-man eUnited rush isn't as scary as like the 5-man SK rush. It's like maybe the 5-man eUnited rush is like a couple dwarves rushing at you or something, and you're like Zeus over there.
I am insulted that you just called A2Z a dwarf.
Well, I mean, that's true. That kind of goes against the narrative we've been playing.
Yes, it does. Flies right in the face of the narrative. We're sorry, A2Z. Please accept our humble apologies. I don't know if there's anything else to say about that. I mean, there's not too much to take away. It was pretty dominant both halves. We did see some sick 4K work from A2Z, which is always good, but they weren't bringing the fight to him. We saw him at 21 kills, 12 deaths. Pretty good stat line for him, considering that the scoreline for the match overall.
He had 21 kills and 12 deaths for real?
With a controller.
Is that a typo?
No. Yeah, it might have been 210 kills. If we hang on, let me see if we can get confirmation on that.
No, it's actually pretty good for being that much. Oh, it's 15, 14.
Oh no.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Okay.
14 kills, 9 deaths.
Yeah,
I feel
just
like that may not be on the mark either.
I mean, they were kind of overmatched. They were really overmatched. I did not know this, but apparently the way they got into Pro League was they were in a relegation match against Odig's team, right? Kakona. And they picked up all the players from Ocean's team so that they didn't have to play it and automatically got in and then cut them afterwards.
Tell you what, if Ocean and AGZ were on the same team, I would buy that jersey. It would say Ocean 2Z on the jersey. I would buy it in a heartbeat. I think we should make that happen. We do have one more highlight. I think this is the jump kill that Yam had. This is a very, very interesting boost. So the idea of this boost is the jump scout. You're going to abuse how overpowered it is, and you're going to jump shoot over that bridge there in the middle. We don't see a lot of teams use it. We were talking about it's a really good boost, and it's the jump scout. I know a lot of people hate jumping weapons in general. The jump scout's the one that's 100% accurate while jumping.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that kind of a boost?
Well, I mean, the boost itself is freaking cool, man. Like that's awesome. But what you want to do if you're eUnited there, I mean, it's actually pretty easy to counter, right? If you're going to have two players, at that spot, most likely there's not somebody close mid. So if they do that and you'll be able to go through lower quick and hear them, you should always have one player going through lower quick as long as they don't push lower. And that way you could really easily actually punish things like that. If anybody lingers around middle and you're lower and you're there quick, even if it's an opper looking at palm tree, as soon as that opper shoots, you could punish it pretty easily. And also if you go through lower quickly, you see people boosting cat, and then that's going to help you. Your teammates are going to give info. You could kill anybody going towards palm tree and boosting cat, and you could punish that quick middle. So they didn't have that round, and they got punished for it.
Yeah, and speaking of punishing mid, we saw Ricky hit some really nice shots on the guys crossing. He did it a couple rounds where they didn't jump across. A couple rounds they actually used the debris from the nade to try to smoke across.
Yeah, Vice
18 kills, 9 deaths for Ricky on that map.
I mean, a couple times he just ran straight through. He didn't even jump or anything. So you give a world-class offer like Ricky that chance. I mean, he's just gonna, he's gonna hit the shot more often than not.
Yeah, and we've seen that. So we've seen Renegades on Dust2 a couple times. He's been pretty good at hitting that shot. So that's something that you get across better than that. And he knows the timing of that nade. So sometimes maybe just changing the pace of when you cross helps you avoid that. We're gonna take a quick break before we go into map 2. But while you're waiting for the second map to start, which is everybody's least favorite map, Nuke. I say everybody, including Lex, even though I know he secretly loves it. He also truly hates it. You should take out your phone, whether it's an Apple phone or a Google phone, and go to the appropriate application store. Type in the score in the top search bar, find it, download it, because it is the #1 place for esports, news, and stats. I usually check the A2Z stats almost daily. You can too with the Score Esports app. Don't go anywhere when we come back. It will be Nuke, it will be Renegades against eUnited for the last map of the night.